So their city is seeing a lot of additions going throughout, especially downtown. Can you just tell us about those additions and what's going on?
Yeah, so you know, 22nd Avenue is near completion. The Cedar Ward Parkway, it's about 6 weeks out. They're finalizing the signalization, and that's really about it. There's a punch list, as always, with every construction project. You mentioned the City Hall project. We are doing a lot of sidewalk work and electrical improvements to help with all the events that go on at City Hall, right? So that's what drove that project. We're doing a little geometrical realignment there along 23rd Avenue. You can see the curb line is going to match, so as you're coming down 23rd, it'll match and be a lot more friendly as far as driving through that intersection. There's always sidewalks and lighting projects. You know, we have actually bought some camera detection, so we're waiting on the brackets, but we've installed camera detection at 14th Street and 23rd Avenue. So when you arrive at that intersection, you'll see cameras pointing at you, and that means whenever you arrive to the intersection, it should turn green pretty quick, especially if nobody else is at the opposing intersection. So that's going to help traffic quite a bit and get you to and from where you want to be a lot more efficiently. Any other projects? There's a lot of projects going on.
So what about the lighting going on at Mississippi State? Why did y'all think that was new and needed?
Oh, you're talking about the decorative lighting there? So it's part of sprucing up the downtown area. That's been in operation for some time now. It's just a matter of it's a process in order to get the conduit, the electrical, the base underneath the ground to it, and then we have to wait on poles and lighting to arrive. And once they do, then we finish that up. So there's a plan, you know, for downtown for that kind of decorative lighting.
And other than the beautification of downtown, we know in recent months y'all are trying to get some funding for North Hills. Is there any updates on that?
Yeah, so we submitted our second RAISE grant. It's a $3.5 million grant to the federal DOT. We submitted that, and we should hear maybe sometime end of summer, early fall. It will help us with planning. It is a really competitive process. You know, the RAISE grant is very competitive. It's kind of a long shot. There's other sources of funds we're also pursuing in combination with that grant. So from the state level that we are heavily pursuing. So hopefully we'll know something soon whether we can get funding from the state level.
Well, the city of Meridian seems to always be working on something. What are some of the projects that people can expect to see in the near future?
So we're pursuing a paving bond, as you probably know. We paved about 20 miles of streets last year with paving bond money and combination of internet sales tax and paving bond money. We really want to leverage the internet sales tax that we get every year now for larger funds, because really we need about $8 million a year just to maintain and pave our city streets. We have 330 miles of city streets, so we need to pave about 8 to 10% of those every year just to keep the asset management approach that we have here with Public Works in line with our objectives. You know, some of the, as you know, we paved major corridors last year as part of that effort. This year we have, you know, a number of streets that we also want to pave. And we'd like to pave another 20 plus streets this year, but we're just waiting on funding to happen.
So I know another thing that the mayor is really trying to push is the medical district paving.
Right.
Is that happening?
That's exciting. Yeah. So we should start paving. Right now we're doing camera work. We had to fix the pipes underneath the streets first in order to pave. That's the last thing we want to do is pave and then say, uh-oh, you know, there's a water line or a sewer line or a storm line that's, you know, caved in, and we have to go in and fix it. So, and then tear up our brand new pavement. So we're fixing the lines up underneath the street first. We're doing some camera work now. We should be finished. We'll do some point repairs and maybe some lining work, pipe lining work. And then once that's finished by the end of this summer, we'll be able to start paving. Medical district. So that's 18th. That's 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st Avenues in the medical district.
Yeah, if there's anything else that y'all are working on that I didn't ask you about and you want to talk about.
Sure. You know, we've gotten funding from our from our federal delegation for 8th Street. We got $3 million from a congressionally directed spending fund. And so we're going to do some planning and some improvements along 8th Street, hopefully sometime this year. MDOT, we're waiting on MDOT to give us the details about how that program's going to work. So we got Highway 80 bridge, we got bridge projects. So we are in the process now. We've got the water and sewer lines connected. Now, starting probably next week, they'll start demolishing Highway 80 West Bridge, and that will hopefully be finished by the end of this year, that bridge. You know, there's the 34th Street Activity Center Bridge that will be replaced. We're going out to bid on that real soon. So that bridge will be back open again, hopefully by the end of the year. We actually applied for and received money for some drainage projects. So that's good. There's always drainage projects that we need to get to. And then there's the 22nd overpass repair, the bridge there. Water has actually penetrated part of the seals there along the bridge, and we don't want that to happen. So repair work has to take place. We're in design now with the firm. They'll present the bid package, and we'll go out to bid probably in the next 2 to 3 months on that. And that's also at the same time they're going to level out the place that they're going to smooth out the bridge deck on the southbound lane. It's got a little bump there. We're going to smooth that out. So that's a great project. And then we're in the process of fixing 29th Avenue Railroad crossing, just south of where we are now at Public Works. It's been in horrible shape for some time now. So we've been in discussions with Kansas City Railroad, who's recently merged with Canadian National Railroad. It delayed that effort a little bit, but we're going to be receiving an agreement from them. They're going to help fund the project. And they're going to repair their rail lines and make it smooth, and we'll also add the asphalt to it. And so you won't have to slow down and be real bumpy. It'll be a smooth ride over 29th Avenue. Hopefully that can get completed by the end of the summer. There's a lot of other things to mention, but those are the top highlights.
One thing that Emily did want to make sure we talked about was waste management and the new trash cans going out.
Right.
And the new rules that people have to follow, how much trash can go out,
Yeah.
how much it'll cost them if they have too much trash, or stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, so, you know, the rules have been explained in the, on the pamphlets and the mail outs and the social media and all that. So there's the trash cans. I think the new ones are being rolled out now, and then the old ones will be picked up supposedly in about 3 weeks or so. The existing cans will be picked up. And so, yeah, the new rules, you know, there's the 96-gallon cart, and then you can have your own private 50-gallon cart. And so, you know, those two. And if you need additional storage, or if you have additional needs, you can buy another cart from Waste Pro. So you can have up to 3 carts, 96-gallon carts. But so those are rules as far as pickup. There's always, you know, debris and all that hasn't changed. There's still the 4-month period of debris pickup, and then you can bag outside the 4-month period. You know, you can bag leaves and that kind of thing. But so those are the new rules.
Yeah. We just had somebody call in and say they swear their trash can was smaller than the last one. Is they the same size?
Yeah, they are the same size, 96 gallons.
All right. Well, I think that's everything I needed from you. You did great. If you have anything else, I think we hit on every.
Well, I mean, the consent decree is water and sewer. I mean, that's big. Okay, that's what a lot of our attention is paid to as well as the consent decree. But there was an update that was presented, a quarterly update to the council yesterday. It's still $100-something million program, and we have multiple sewer line collection system line projects being replaced as we speak now. And so that's the whole effort behind that, is to reduce the number of SSOs, sanitary sewer overflows, that occurred. And so it's an agreement with the federal government. We have an outreach program that we have implemented. It's going to grow, so you'll hear a lot more about the consent decree in the coming months. You'll have an opportunity to hear all the work that we're doing.
What is, I've never heard of this, what is the consent decree?
Yeah, so it's an agreement between the federal government, MDEQ, and the city of Meridian. Okay, so it's not, it's not uncommon among cities. Well, there's 3 other cities within the state. They're actually under a consent decree, sewer consent decree as well. It's not something that, that we want to be under, but it's something that was necessary in order to, motivate and drive Meridian to improve their sewer collection and wastewater treatment plant systems. And so it's like I said, it's driven by the SSOs. So to prevent SSOs, you have to maintain and replace part of your pipe as it ages, deteriorating infrastructure. And you have to maintain it. You have to have resources. You have to have people and processes and systems in order to adequately maintain a water and sewer system within the city. It's vital to have all 3 of those in place to make it work. And it's not cheap. And that program is paid out of your water and sewer rates.
Okay, well, you said that we're going to hear from that more in the coming months.
That's right.
All right.